Hey everyone, Bowser here. I wanted to go over more news on the apology letter and other stuff to which I have learned over the past few days rather that I didn't reveal to you. First and foremost, there's a lawsuit currently going on that I can't really name the name of because it's a lawsuit, litigation stuff. But it involves the Michigan Unemployment Insurance Agency. And apparently, I'm a part of it. There was some investigation done. And it turns out I'm liable for compensation from the Michigan Unemployment Insurance Agency. I'm assuming this is for the $3,621 to which I owed the Michigan Unemployment Insurance Agency for saying I was so you see that's what's interesting, you know what I mean? That's what's interesting. This entire time I was told I left my job at the movie theater. Because I walked out. However, after investigation was done, and the movie theater was investigated, I was actually fired. And because I was fired and I didn't walk out, I am liable for compensation from the Unemployment Insurance Agency. Because you see, normally when you file for unemployment, when you file for unemployment, you have to be fired from a job. You can't, like, if you quit your job, you're not liable for unemployment. If you get fired from your job, you're usually liable for unemployment. So this huge investigation was done on Michigan Unemployment Insurance Agency and I guess on the movie theater. And it turns out that, yeah, I never quit my job even though I walked out. I was fired. After that, and this comes as like brand new news to me because apparently this investigation has been going on since I left my job at the movie theater in June of 2021. This investigation has been going on for. And now I'm liable for compensation from the Unemployment Insurance Agency because the movie theater told Michigan Unemployment that I quit, but then after investigation was done, I was actually fired. So, I get money. Now, if you guys are wondering, what is this court case Bowser is talking about? Well, you can probably look it up, actually, because there are a lot of people who are due compensation from the Unemployment Insurance Agency of Michigan. There are. Not just me. Because their employers said they quit when they were actually fired. So some employers apparently lied to their employees during the COVID thing. I wasn't the only person who was employed by a business who was told they walked out when in reality they were fired. But now I get compensation for that, which is kind of it's gratifying, it's validating, but at the same time it's also leaves a sour taste in my mouth. It leaves a sour taste in my mouth that my former job lied to the Michigan Unemployment Insurance Agency just for the $3,621 I would owe them, only for 2 years later to say, nope, he was fired. And then I and now lawsuits, and I get money. So it's like anti-gratification, anti-validation, if that makes sense. Once again, you can probably Google the name of this lawsuit if you do enough research, because I'm not the only person involved in it. A lot of employers apparently told their employees they were fired, or a lot of employers apparently told the Michigan Unemployment Insurance Agency that their employees quit, when in actuality they were fired, and therefore those former employees are obligated to compensation. There you go. So I get more money now. That's always nice. What else? So I wanted to backtrack on the apology letter that I gave to my victim. And once again, I'm not gonna say my victim's name because it's private. Of course, it's private. You know, I talked with a lot of my friends who were women who, and these are full-grown women. You know, they're older than me and they're younger than me. All of them are over 18, and all of these women told me, you should apologize to your victim for what you did wrong to her, for the pain you caused her. All these women told me to apologize to her. They told me to make an effort to apologize to her. Not only that, but even my dad, when I told him how I wronged and hurt my victim, even my dad told me, and my dad was very mad at me for putting my hands on a girl. He was very mad at me. Even my dad told me, Earl, you should apologize to her, or I'll never, look at you the same way again. You know what I mean? So it's like, that apology letter, and everyone knows what was in the apology letter now. You know that? Everyone knows what was in the apology letter now. Everyone knows that if that apology letter had been enacted and given to my victim, there would have been no defense for it in court, and I would have been sued to oblivion. Right? I would have had to register as an offender and everything, right? Because I put my hand on a girl's chest. Now, anyways, so everyone knows what was in the apology letter. My dad and all the women I talked to told me I should apologize to my victim because it is the adult thing to do. And so I did. You know what's funny? Like I remember, and this happened around the first week of December. I drove the first week of December 2022. That's when it happened. I drove to the first week of December 2022. I drove to the movie theater, talked with my boss, my former manager, and I said, and I had my apology letter in my hand. I had my apology letter in my hand, and I was waving it at my former manager, right? I was waving at my former manager. I said, you're gonna give this letter to my victim. You know, my dad wants me to give the apology letter to my victim. All the women I talked to want me to apologize to my victim. It is the right thing to do to apologize to my victim. Now, you want to know what my former manager, my boss, said to me? He said, Earl, they don't want me to talk to you. Now, you gotta wonder, guys, who is they? Well, if you have half a brain, they are my former general manager's bosses, as in upper echelon management didn't want my general manager to talk to me, didn't want me to come back to the movie theater, didn't want to get involved in what I did, didn't want the controversy, didn't want me to apologize, I guess. They didn't want to be a part of the whole conspiracy shabab. That's exactly what John said. They don't want me to talk to you, Earl. I just said his name, John. Whatever. So, like, granted, I realized who was pulling the strings with John, and I said, well, how can I get this apology letter to my victim? And John said, mail it to me. They can't stop the postal service, Earl. Once again, John is referring to they as upper echelon management. John said they can't stop the postal service, Earl. That's what I did. Mailed the apology letter via USPS to John, and trusted John to give the apology letter to my victim. Because it was the right thing to do, because my dad said do it, because all the women in my life said to do it, because it was the right thing to do. Give the apology letter, apologize for what you did, for how you hurt your victim, and everything else. It was the right thing to do to apologize. And it's amazing, the only people who said don't do it or didn't want it to happen were the trolls and upper echelon management of the movie theater. It's crazy because all the trolls said, Earl, your victim doesn't want to hear your apology. And that's kind of disingenuous. I mean, when all the women I talked to said, you should apologize to your victim, and even my dad told me you should apologize to your victim. So it's like, I'm going to listen to my dad and real woman before I listen to trolls and a bunch of people in upper echelon management with deep pockets. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that I saw it as the right thing to do to deliver that apology letter. And now it turns out, I wonder if really, really, really deep down that the movie theater said I quit my job, but then backtracked almost 2 years later and said I was fired, just to keep on avoiding the conspiracy behind what I did. Know what I mean? And now I get money from litigation, thanks to the Michigan Unemployment Insurance Agency. So I guess I did the right thing by writing that apology letter. You know what's amazing? Like, I'm not gonna keep this person's name a secret, because I already kind of revealed it. Giovanni, the supervisor at the movie theater, and one of my former best friends. I used to have his phone number, now I don't. I have his email. His email is in that. You guys know that police report on the Kiwi Farms that says plainly as can be, my victim, her name, talked with her parents and her family. I do not want to pursue legal action. I want to move on. Also in that police report, it lists Giovanni's email and his name. Giovanni was my best friend at the movie theater. Him and I bonded a lot. Primarily over making popcorn. Giovanni was the first person to tell me two things. Earl, let it go. what you did wrong to your victim. Giovanni also told me, Earl, I don't even think your victim thinks about what you did wrong to her anymore. The other thing Giovanni told me was, what you did wrong to your victim, Earl, wouldn't even hold up in court because it was an accident. Keep in mind, Giovanni was one of the people who was there at the time it happened. He saw it happen in real time. And like I said, keep in mind, like 10 people were there at the time it happened, and they saw it happen in real time with their own eyes. There was also a camera that video recorded it happening too. So even the camera would tell you it was an accident, and 10 other people will tell you it was an accident. And Giovanni told me it wouldn't hold up in court, Earl, because it was an accident. And everyone would say it was an accident. It's amazing that way, but I guess this whole time it would have been better if I just let it go. Never because that Reddit post I made about the movie theater was made under r/confessions on Reddit. That's a subreddit, by the way. Now, I can 1000% guarantee you there are people on the subreddit r/confessions that have confessed to worse than me. Because, I confessed to putting my hand on a girl's chest. I'm sure there are people on the subreddit r/confessions that have confessed to stuff a million times worse than me. And it's amazing because I remember the comments underneath that post of r/confessions. They also said, you should apologize to her and other sorts of stuff. They did. So I thought it was a good thing to apologize to my victim when everyone was telling me to apologize. The only people who were telling me not to apologize were people with money and people who just wanted to make YouTube content out of it, if that makes any sense. So everyone knows what was in the apology letter. Everyone knows that maybe my movie theater really did lie about how I got fired or how I left my job. And now I'm going to get money for it because of a lawsuit with the Michigan Unemployment Insurance Agency, which you can probably I'm not going to say the name of the lawsuit. You can probably figure out the name of it if you Google it anyway, or if you research it. Yeah. Wow. Holy crap. Kairos, if you're out here and you're watching, this new YouTube channel, I gotta ask you. You are the most psychopathic, most craziest motherfucker I met. Why did you ally with me? Why did you keep what was in that apology letter a secret from everyone for over a year? Why? You could have told it to anyone, but you didn't. Did you really see my side of the story when I told you that over a year ago? I don't know what goes through your head. Anyways. There's a little bit more to my story. A little bit more. I want to talk about the boom threat at the movie theater. and I want to talk about the anime Discord server. I have the Laugh Tale logs on my computer. There are several things in it that Kiwi and Smokey never covered, and they hid from everyone else who watched their videos to make me look worse than I am. So, yeah. Alright, buzz off. See you guys next time.